Dear Shahrzad, I don't know how to say this to you, so I will just say it. Something is coming for you. Something you will not survive. And yet somehow you will. You are 28 years old. You live in Stockholm in an apartment where the bed is never made, but the lipstick collection is perfectly organized. Where the bed is never made and shoes are scattered by the door and the fridge is always empty. Too small, too messy, too perfect. Your closet is a battlefield of high heels, red ones, silver ones, impossibly tall ones. You sprint in those heels, and you are damn good at it. You are a little reckless, a little too convinced that you know exactly how the world works. And you are stubborn. God, you are stubborn. And you think that you have all the time in the world. You dance too long at parties because your feet never hurt. And you always order dessert because you think that life is too short to say no. You are invincible. You are untouchable. And you believe with every fiber of your being that nothing could ever harm you. That bad people happen to other people in other places at other times. Not to you. Never to you. I wish I could reach across time, grab your wrists, and pull you back, but there was nowhere safe to take you. Shahrzad, you have no idea what's coming. That one night you will go to bed with a fever, and that by the following morning, your body will have turned against you. They will rush you to the hospital, and the doctors will whisper words you don't understand. Sepsis, septic shock, organ failure, amputation. I wish that I could tell you that when you wake up, you will still be here. That when you open your eyes, nothing will have changed. You will still be here, but not as you were. Shahrzad is gone. And I am what's left. The girl who sat on that hospital bed, staring at the place where her legs used to be, she didn't make it. She died there. I woke up and my first thought was, someone took them, my legs, like shoes left outside a door, like luggage misplaced at an airport. I waited for the panic, the outrage, but it never came because I knew. I had nodded at the doctors. I had signed my own sentence. But what no one tells you is that even when you say yes, even when you prepare, your body doesn't. No one tells you that your brain will keep waiting for something that is no longer there. That your mind will try to move legs that no longer exist. That your hands will reach down, not in panic, but in habit. Like brushing hair out of your face, like stretching in the morning, only to find nothing. And the nothing is worse, because it is quiet, because it doesn't fight back. because it waits. So if she is gone, then who am I? Because I feel her sometimes, like a shadow that follows just a little too closely, like a voice calling from the other room, but when I turn my head, there is nothing there. I catch glimpses of her in dreams, in reflections, in moments of stillness. Sometimes I even catch myself waiting for her, like she's just running late, like any second now she'll come sprinting in on those high heels, laughing, apologizing, telling me that it will never happen again. She asks me questions I don't know how to answer. Questions like, if you are here, then what happened to me? If I am gone, then who are you? They said that I would die. Then they said that I would live. Then they said that I would never walk again. I learned how to stand. I learned how to walk. And when that wasn't enough, I learned to run. But let me tell you something they don't put in comeback stories. It wasn't inspiring. It wasn't brave. It was ugly. This isn't a movie. There will be no triumphant soundtrack, no training montage where I miraculously learn how to walk again. Just fluorescent hospital lights, the beeping of monitors, and a body I no longer recognize. It was seeing yourself in the hospital's glass window and not even recognizing the person staring back. It was smiling at the nurses, thanking them for the painkillers, but never letting them see how much it burned. It was answering, "I'm fine," when the doctor asked, because what was the point of saying anything else? It was hearing the words, "We have to take your legs," and nodding, as if it were just another thing to add to the list. It was being the last one to cry over what had happened. It was grief. And grief is strange, isn't it? It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't knock. It sneaks up on you in the quiet moments. Then one day, she disappeared. I woke up and I just wasn't her anymore. She, Shahrzad 1.0, was gone. And I was something less. And how do you grieve yourself? How do you mourn the person you were yesterday when today you wake up to a body that you no longer recognize? A life that no longer fits. There was no funeral, no closure. Just a doctor telling me that my legs were gone, that I would never wear my high heels again, that I would never feel warm sand between my toes, that I would have to learn how to live all over again. Loss is not a moment. It is not something that happens once. It is not a clean cut. Loss lingers. It catches you off guard. You felt it too, haven't you? Like stepping out of the hospital and realizing that the world hadn't even flinched. The same traffic, the same people, the same city moving forward without me, as if nothing bad had happened. It was sitting on a friend's couch, laughing at the same jokes as always, but feeling that something was very, very different, as if I were a spectator in my own life. Loss is not a moment, it is an echo. And echoes don't disappear just because you cover your ears. They told me that I would have to start over. So I did. I became a triathlete, I became a Paralympian, I stood on the starting line in Rio in 2016 representing this country. I have spent over a decade proving them wrong. I have made a career out of proving them wrong. They tell me that I have won. They tell me that I have beaten the odds. But no one ever asks what I have lost. So let me ask you, what did life take from you? Because it did, didn't it? And who did you become in its place? People love a comeback story. They love resilience. You love transformation. You love hearing that you can lose everything and still win. But what if winning doesn't mean what you think it does? Winning is a headline. Loss is in the fine print. No one asks what was left behind. No one wants to. I lost my legs. But the real loss was her. She thought she was invincible. She thought she was untouchable. She thought she had forever. But none of us do. If only she had known. But then again, maybe she was never meant to. Thank you.